Early 1900s, when Carl Jung was a student, he worked at a hospital slash asylum for a while. He was an intern at the time. He used to take care of a lot of patients, not on his own. Obviously, he had a mentor. He was shadowing somebody else. He then noticed that there was this special pavilion for some special patients. Different diagnoses, yes, but they were all left there to die. There was a specific case, an old woman who was diagnosed with dementia at the time. Based on her own past medical history, a lot of diagnoses, dementia is one of them, psychosis and so many other things. She was not ambulatory and she used to suffer from a lot of pain, substantial all over her body pain. She couldn't speak, she couldn't do anything, just left there to die. Put on a lot of medications, you know what I'm saying? Just to ease the pain and let her die in peace. Carl Jung, being Carl Jung, he noticed that she used to make this weird, unusual gesture with her hand. Did some digging and investigating around the hospital and asylum. Nobody was able to give him anything since she was institutionalized for a long time, and nobody knew. Up until one of the old nurses said something in the line of she was a cobbler or whatnot. Carl Jung made the kind of superficial connection between the being a cobbler and the hand gesture, which was some kind of rare case because most cobblers at the time were men, okay? Nobody cared about that woman, no family visitation, whatnot. Somehow a brother out of the blue came to visit. That's when Carl Jung got a piece of information, which is she was not a cobbler, but she fell in love with a cobbler who rejected her. It was completely perfect before the rejection. The rejection was so heavy on her psyche, that's why she lost it. Well, obviously now Carl Jung has a better understanding of what happened to that lady. He was deeply interested in her case, so he started spending some time with her after work. Just talking, having conversation and whatnot. Mind you, she was not able to speak for years. She was not able to move for years because nobody gave a shit. Or some kind of easy and soft analysis, if you will. The incident of the rejection itself was brought up into the conversation, but she didn't want to talk about it. Instead, she was only focused and interested in having some kind of Bible study, if you will. She expressed how many voices she hears. She talked about the pain and whatnot, but she was mainly interested in giving her attention to one voice. That voice was only interested in reading the Bible and studying the Bible, and that was, and she was good at it. Yeah, I mean, dementia, but remembering the Bible and whatnot, that's pretty interesting, you know what I'm saying? Carl Jung understood that it's not the love story itself, it's the rejection that got her trapped in her own mind. So many archetypes were playing in the shadow and the background of her psyche. The psyche was broken and shattered into small pieces. It did manifest as voices and pain, and being completely excluded and just left to die. This is just my opinion. Even God in this case illustrated and manifested in the Bible itself didn't help much to get her out of the shadows, or at least to ease the pain, if you know what I'm saying, because she was just reading the Bible, not understanding it, you know what I'm saying? This woman aged significantly, but the little broken, shattered, and rejected girl was still trapped inside because a motherfucking stupid cobbler didn't want her. While the memory of this woman has been completely wiped clean, she forgot everything that she was or she could be, you know what I'm saying? One and only memory that was still alive, subconsciously speaking, was the little girl who was rejected. One screenshot of rejection that got engraved and crystallized in her psyche. And the hand gesture, which was the cobbler hand gesture when they make shoes and whatnot, was the ultimate one and only reminder. That was a breakthrough for Carl Jung at the time, and he was so proud of his findings. And guess what? This woman started walking and talking and thinking clearly for herself for a while. The pain subsidized to one small part of her body. Some of the voices disappear. As I said, that was a breakthrough. Carl Jung was still a friend with Freud at the time. I'm gonna make a separate video about this too. The whole friendship dynamic, if you will, the build-up, the climax, and the fallout. Pretty interesting. You can learn a thing or two about friendship, you know what I'm saying? He shared his findings and breakthroughs with Freud, and Freud visited Carl Jung at the hospital, and he met this patient. A lot goes into the relationship of these two, CG and Freud, but Freud at the time was a father figure for Carl Jung, you know what I'm saying? So he was expecting some kind of special reaction out of Freud, prowess and being proud of the son and whatnot. He was like, yeah, this is interesting. I see what you did. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Yeah, that's good. But how were you able to spend all this time with this old, ugly lady? Bombastic. Side eye. Freud. Yeah. Pretty privilege is a thing. You can be pretty and crazy. I mean, we can deal. If you don't understand the ramification of what I'm saying, I don't know what to tell you. Happy healing, y'all. Oh, I forgot. When I say trauma is shit, trauma is shit.